Revolutionary greetings. Coming back at you today, February 2015. In the month, the month that's only 28 something days, that was given to us, Black History Month. So I thought I'd go ahead and move on to my next topic that I wanted to touch on, since this is Black History Month. Even though we know New African history is 365 days a year, constantly. No vacations, no shortcuts. And teaching our people, teaching our babies, man, the real truth about African history, Black history across this globe, man. And especially in the United States of America, the empire. And I really wanted to get into this next topic because this is one of my topics that I wanted to drop, because it's one of the most important topics that I ever be discussing on my videos, because this is basically it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what, we all need to get in tune with, and to get that embedded in our mind on what's going to change new African people, and I'm going to go as far as, globally, in humanity, period, what's going to change it. You know what I mean? And to understand, man, you got to understand the African mother principle. It's the oldest principle on earth, period. It's the oldest way that a society is based off, and a society was ran off. In 2015, and the last 21st, 20th, 19th, how many centuries you want to go back on, man? It's just been basically, ran off of, one system, which is capitalism. You see what I'm saying? And patriarchy. So, you wonder why we can't get why nothing is, changing, is because of this principle here, man, that we must get back to, man. In order for, especially for African people to liberate themselves, man, and for humanity to liberate themselves, man, from, being slaves, basically. You see what I'm saying? And let me go ahead and do it like I always do, man. Let me give a shout out to my ancestors, man, my bloodline ancestors and my African ancestors, period. Iba, Egun, Ashe, man. Pay homage to your ancestors. It's a must. You see what I'm saying? Can't do nothing without our ancestors, man. Our ancestors are always with us. They always walking with us. They ready to ride with us. Pay homage to your ancestors, man. Shout out to the New African Independence Movement. Shout out to the Shakur tribe. Shout out to August 3rd Collective, man. August 3rd Collective South. That's probably basically it for right now, man. And salutations to all the cosmic forces, man, the cosmic energies, man, that's walking with African people, man. Because best believe, those energies and forces are walking with African people, man. It has always been walking with us, man. And as long as we call on it, it's going to continue to ride with us, man, because that's what we are, man. Shout out to the New African Communist Party. Shout out to the New African Independence Party, man. Shout out to the, Provisional Government of Republic of New Africa, man, that I am a conscious citizen of. So, shout out to everybody, man. New African People's Organization, the New African Liberation Army, the George Jackson University, all the formations and all the organizations that's in the constant battle and the ongoing battle behind the prison walls. Free all New African political prisoners and political prisoners of war, man. 2015. Let's get it, man. That's what it's about. Now, let me get into my subject. The African mother principle, i.e. matriarchy, man. Must get back into this, because y'all know how hard I go for, how hard I go for women, man, especially African women. I go hard for them. I advocate for them, man. This is what it's about, because the deeper you dig into history, the deeper that it gets black, and it gets African, and it gets feminine, man. And before I even get into my subject, men, y'all gotta stop acting like some soft cats, man. Because just because cats who do their information and do their research and, you know, give salutations to the, you know, the great mother and the mother principle and the feminine principle, which is the primary principle, period, and most powerful principle, period, and energy and spirit, period, is the woman. You know what I'm saying? Don't, you know, there's no need to get, you know, all bent out of shape, man, because ain't nobody dissing the man. You know, if you understand what I'm about to show you on this video, you're going to understand why, you know, you should join the team, man. The black woman is God, period. She's the primary source on earth. So, you know, that's made for another video. You know, I already broke that down, I think, on another video that I uploaded. But, yeah, man, it's time for the men to stop getting, you know, come on, man, getting bent out of shape, man. Because, you know, that's that egoism, man. That's that patriarchy, man. That's what we trying to destroy, man. That patriarchy got to go, man. Or, you know, society will never, ever be at peace, period. And I'm about to explain to you why, you know, briefly. And, let me get this out before I start. Man, when I speak of the African mother principle, I'm only talking about one thing, period, man. Balance. So let's get that understood. It's balance. That's what the African mother principle is. The feminine and the masculine energy, you know, whether it's, you know, physical, spiritual, mental, you know, social, political, you know, whatever it is, man, it's that balance between male and female, period. That's African people, man. That's what an African mind is. That's what an African is, man. That's an African mentality. Balance between male and female, man. Period. As a collective. And get shit done. And live at peace. That's what it is, man. So let me start this off, man. So you can understand a little bit about the African mother principle. That, you know, that's the victory for humanity, you know. And that's just what it is, man. Let me start off, man, with one of these deep, you know, how can I put it? One of these deep proverbs that come out the indigenous peoples, man. And it goes like this, man. The elders say, the men should look at women in a sacred way. The men should never put women down or shame them in any way. When we have problems, we should seek their counsel. We should share with them openly. A woman has intuitive thought. She has access to another system of knowledge that few men develop. She can help us, you know, understand. We must treat her in a good way. Listen closely. Awakened women are the oracles and should always be a part of major decisions in a society. The feminine principle is naturally the more intuitive, man. So, you know, I just had to drop that on y'all real quick. Like, that's what it is, man. Like, our woman is our power, man. Like, she, you know, and if you look at today's society, man, and you wonder why today's society is so violent, why it's so egotistical, why it's so male-dominated, why it's so patriarchal, is because the feminine principle has been stripped out by conquerors. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of y'all cats don't want to hear this, but it started with the black man. The black man got jealous of the black woman, man, and subjugated her, man, and removed her out of her most important, you know, positions all across societies, man, whether it's political, economical, social, you know, spiritual, however you want it, whatever, you know, across the lines you want to deal with. She was subjugated out of her spots that she once ruled in. And when I'm saying ruled, I'm not saying ruling over nobody. I'm just saying that's where she ruled from her spot. You know what I mean? To work collectively with the male and to, you know, run society as a collective. You know what I mean? And live peacefully. You see what I'm saying? So a woman should always be, you know, a major part of decisions. Always should be seek this counsel because she has a knowledge that few of us men develop. We all know that women mature faster than men, man. This is science. This is well proven. So it's like they have a, you know, an instinct mentally on society and caring, and, you know, because she's the mother. You see what I'm saying? She's the one that gives life. So it's naturally when she come into being, is that person that know how to, you know, live at peace. basically. You know what I'm saying? Because she's a protector, she's a life giver, all that stuff, man. So it's like she's naturally, you know, peace. You see what I'm saying? Until she's double crossed. You see what I'm saying? This is what people like Sekhmet, you know, Kali Ma, and all your deities, man. That's about that warfare, and that's about, you know, destroying patriarchy. Because these deities, you know, when they come into society, you know, they're peaceful. You know what I'm saying? But when the male ego gets out of hand and patriarchy get out of hand, that black woman and that black deity and that energy and that spirit, man, when it's F with, basically, you know what I'm saying, man, it's gonna destroy patriarchy. You know what I'm saying? And that time is coming. Because that feminine principle loves peace, man. You see what I'm saying? Not war. It only goes to war unless it gotta go to war. When that peace is disturbed, or if her family is disturbed or threatened, if anything is threatening that African principle or the African mother and matriarchy, man, it attacks, man. That's where these deities come from. But that's just something, you know, for you to hear as I open the video, man. That's a deep, you know, proverb right there, man. Let me just run this brief history right quick, man, because, man, this is what it's about. First of all, the black woman, man, she's the mother of civilization. Period. She was here long, way before any other race or any other human species was on the earth, man. The feminine was here first. And, you know, that shouldn't even be, you know, disputed, because it's logical. You see what I'm saying? Because you can't, you know, you can't get a she from a he, man. But you can get he out of she. You can't get a woman from men. But you can get men from women. You see what I'm saying? So it's all logical. It's common sense, man. You know, a lot of people talk about their third eye and their oracle. You know what I'm saying? You know, not the oracle. I mean your ori and your third eye and your pineal gland. A lot of y'all cats talk about that stuff, man. But, you know, don't you know common sense is the God within you, man? That's what common sense is. That's the that's the voice that's in your mind. That's the ancestor, your first ancestor that's in your mentality, that's letting you know, like, the logical sense to things. Because we all born with that natural common sense, man. It's just all about acting upon it when it's talking to you. Because that's your first ancestor, the creator. You know, that all humanity comes from, and everything that comes into existence from that creator source, the source, man, is talking to you, man. It's common sense. Common sense to tell you that the woman was here first, man. Because she's still on this planet right now, you know, bringing life into existence. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, that's just something I want to talk a little bit of history, man. Like the symbols, the oracles, man. Like at one time, man, the woman was the person that you consulted. And this even later down in the years when the Europeans and other races came into society, man. Because every society on earth was praising the African mother, man. The great mother. Every society. And every society across this globe was seeking the symbols and the oracles and all these great women for counsel, for prophecies, you know, for political, you know, decisions, social decisions, cultural decisions. I mean, everything across the board, man. You couldn't do shit if you didn't consult that woman first, man. That's a pure D fact. Because we all knew that her intuitive, you know, intuition and mentality was the right decision, man. Because at the end of the day, the African mother wants peace, man. Period. And balance. You see what I'm saying? So that's why it's a must, man, that we return to this, you know, this ancient African principle, the African mother, man. You know what I'm saying? Society should be governed by the mother. Period. It wouldn't be no wars. It wouldn't be none of this bull crap you see here today in the United States of America and every other country across the globe, man, where black people exist, man, along with Europeans and every other race, man, because that patriarchal, you know, mentality, man, is a disease, man. You see what I'm saying? It's a conquering mentality. It doesn't know nothing but conquering. That's what patriarchy is, man. It must be eliminated. You know what I'm saying? Let me move right along. Example of this, man. the Twa peoples, man. The Twa, the Hutu, the Watusis, man. And I'm gonna go as far as to the San people, all the first people from South Africa, Central Africa, man. This is the principle that they live by, man. And the Twa society is a great example of that. Why? Because they was like one of the first known matriarchal societies that lived by the African mother principle. Because, you know, in the Twa society, man, everyone in that society, despite whatever they believed in and whatever their duties was, you know, everyone in that society had an equal voice. Period, man. No one was higher than the other in this society, man. This goes for your Kushite, your Comedian societies, your West African societies. You know, even though some of these societies, their lineages was passed down through the patrilineal, you know, lineage, but the majority of the societies in Africa, their lineages was passed down through the matrilineal lineages. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of these societies were matriarchal, just came into existence matriarchal. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, the Twa and these type people, they're just a prime example of this. This is what they lived off, man. Everybody in the society was equal. Everybody had a voice. And we need to get back to that, because everybody don't have a voice, man. Whether you male, female, I'm gonna go as far, even homosexuals, man. You know, you gotta have a voice. You see what I'm saying? Matriarchal societies had that, man. Patriarchal societies don't have that, man. Only the, you know, how can I put it? Only the bourgeoisie and the higher class are the ones with the, you know, major voice. Even though the people had a power, because we had a power to, you know, the power is with the people. But at the end of the day, the voice of the people can be overshadowed and, you know, conquered by the higher class. At the end of the day, the higher class has the last say so. Whether you Democrat, Republican, I don't care what, you know, political people you stand with or what you believe in. At the end of the day, it's about a class struggle, man. And that class struggle, that class struggle is, you know, ran by the higher class, man, because they got the money and all these type of things that's part of patriarchy. You know, they can, you know, the money is used in a negative way, in an evil way, so it can eliminate your voice, because these cats have money and we're at the bottom of the class list. You see what I'm saying? But if we can change that society and get back to the African mother principle and, you know, put the power back into the people's hand and you know, run this society and govern this society and cause a revolutionary change in this society, in this empire, where we can get back to the African mother principle where a male and a female are equal and all people have a voice in that society, man. Then we can, you know, you're on your road back to peace, and you know, that's the liberation of a people right there, man. That's Yahuru Sasa. That's freedom. You see what I'm saying? So we gotta understand that, man. And you know, that, man, let me tell you something. The reason why the world is the way it is right now, because man is so built off of egotistical, you know, testosterone. It's too much, man, you know, a lot of cats probably ain't gonna want to hear that, man, but that's just what it is, man. Especially in the United States of America, man. This society is ran off of too much testosterone. And you can see that even in the Arabic societies, man. Ain't they over there killing each other every day? You see what I'm saying? Parts of Africa, ain't they over there killing each other every day? That's not because of the women. That's not because of the black women, because the black women in these societies don't have no power like that, man. That's even down in the religious segments, man. The African women and all women don't have no power, man. It's too much testosterone ruling, man. That's why people dying every day, man. That's why poverty exists. There's no motherly love there, man, in the society. There's no peace there because the woman has no importance in societies today, man. Her guiding natural traits and mentality and spirituality and, you know, culturally, you know, across the board, man, just the mother, period, man. if she has an important role in society, man, I promise you, man, we'll get back to greatness, man. And all this bull crap and all this warring and killing each other, it'll cease, man. That's just period, man. Why? Let me explain. I'm gonna go to a little science real quick. You know, why the woman? Like I said before, man, she's the oldest on earth. The feminine. If you look inside the feminine in the word feminine, you can slice that word in half. You got femi, then you got nine. What is nine? Nine is the number. What does the nine number mean? Complete. The woman is complete, man. Period. This is why her body and everything is more powerful than the male body. Even though we might have more strength than her, but technically we may not have more strength than her because she's the one that gives birth. And from what I heard, there's no worse of pain on earth than a woman giving birth, man. Because her body got to go through all certain types of changes, man. So think about how strong her mind got to be bringing life into existence, into the physical realm. You see what I'm saying? So overall, and then men, man, you come from the feminine. Period. You come from the feminine, the feminine. Because when all fetuses and all babies, before they even, find out what the gender is we're all female before we become male. Period. So that's always telling you something, man. That we need to get back to that. She's the power, man. Especially for African people, man. I can only, speak on specifically African people right now. Matriarchy is basically like an egalitarian society. Because in egalitarian societies, man, that's an ideology and, a word that means, equality. All, you know what I mean? Togetherness. Equality. That's what egalitarian is. That's basically what, man, matriarchy basically gave birth to a lot of these things, man. You see what I'm saying? And, so let me get right into this real quick. Let me say this right quick. It is a world existing in the break. I'm gonna just give you a definition of what the African mother principle is. The African mother principle. It is a world existence in the embrace of mother. It's always striving for peace. It's always striving for balance. It's always striving for abundance of Mother Earth. It makes sure, the African mother, it makes sure as a people, we all can take, hold on, let me clear that out right quick. The African mother principle. It's making sure, as a people, we all taken care of and getting what we need, getting something, getting what we deserve. So that's basically like, if you want to be technical, when it's stating that the African mother principle is, as a people, we are all taken care of and we all getting what we need, what does that sound like? That's socialism. You see what I'm saying? That's scientific socialism. So that shows you right there that matriarchy even births socialism. And if you want to take it deeper when we get into communism, because a lot of people think communism is bad, but communism ain't nothing but the complete elimination of all classes, and the society is completely ran as a collective by the people, man, where there's no classes, period, where the proletarian is the dictator of the production and the means of the resource and the goods and the economics, man. That's what communism is. That means the people as a collective control things and run things, man. Nobody, no leader leading us or ruling over us. No capitalist society. That's eliminated when you're dealing with the African mother principle, man. And you're dealing with socialism and communism and things like that, man. All that shit is birthed out of matriarchy. Period. You see what I'm saying? Why? Because the mother, she guided the world, man. She is the guiding energy, the guiding principle. You know what I'm saying? Ruling is patriarchal. That's oppressive. That's why we have oppressed people all across the globe. That's why African people are oppressed people across the globe, man. Because of patriarchy. And all people are oppressed across the globe due to patriarchal societies, man. Period, man. That's just like in a relationship, man. Someone who dominates and one has to submit. Who want to live in a society like that? That's what we living in. That's what capitalism is. It's like a relationship between a male and a female. You know what I mean? One dominating the other and one has to submit. No, man. That's why a lot of these relationships don't work in the African community today. That's why so many single African women exist today, man. Because their households is not together. It's not governed under the matriarchal principles, man. And culture and spirituality, man. That's why these single mothers walking around here, man. This is why males, hate females. Calling them bitches, calling them hoes. You see what I'm saying? They don't know how to treat a mom, they don't know how to treat a woman. Why? Because they've been, conquered by Western patriarchy and the Western mentality, man. Period. That's not an African, centered reality or mentality. You know what I'm saying? Because that society is about balance. Period, man. If one gender can't suffer more than the other gender, man. That's tyranny. That's tragedy. That's poverty. That's capitalism. One gender dominating the other. That's oppression. That's capitalism, man. That's neo-capitalism. If you want to get real deep with it. You know what I mean? Come on, man. African women, African symbols, African oracles, the feminine people, the feminine women, man, were so powerful, man, that they built nations, man. They built societies, man. This is what was going on in ancient times, man. They resisted. They rebelled. Radical actions, man. The 3 R's. This is what the women in African societies did, man. They built nations. And helped ran nations. Helped guided nations, man. Got to get back to that. And most of them societies were peaceful, man. Nobody gonna come mess with a society, that's being protected and protecting the mother and protecting the women. And the women on the front line. That's why I always tell you, man, revolution without women ain't happening. Straight up, man. That's why I made this video in the first place, man. And I'm gonna take it even deeper, man. It's in the old story, man, where Aset, the great deity of Kemet, stated, because she is the, African mother. She is matriarchy. She is balance. She is the throne. That's why her name, Aset, means throne. She said in a story, in Kemet, she says, when she returns, she's going to destroy all of those who lied in her name. Europeans went around the world, man. You know what I'm saying? The whole planet, killing women, vilifying women. This is what the Europeans did after they seen what the black man did to the African woman when he removed her and subjugated her, man. But at the same time, as the Europeans was building up their conquering way and their conquering societies, man, they was also consulting the African women. Because you had African women that they enslaved. They enslaved the spiritual women. And then, what makes it even worse, they went to this African woman consulting her through the oracles. You see what I'm saying? That's crazy. Because they want to know why? Because the Europeans even know what's the greatest and the ultimate, principle is, and ultimate primary source is, and the energy is. It's the feminine, man. That's why they conquer it. That's why they even seek guidance from it. And that's just letting you know that we need to get back to that, man. Aset, she said it. When she comes back, she's coming back to destroy patriarchy, man. The time is now, man. And if African people don't know what matriarchy is, man, I advise you to go do your research on that, man. Period. And then you'll understand what I'm talking about and why I'm, so trying to get this point across on returning to the African mother principle, which is balance and equality. You see what I'm saying? That's all it is. And before I shut this video off, I'm gonna go ahead and drop these principles from the Inya Benji peoples, which was a matriarchal society, which was ran by a great king. I mean, a great queen. You can say king, queen, because that's what the African mother is. Inya Benji, man. She was off the man, she was everything, man. And her society was matriarchal, man. So I'm gonna run this down right quick, man. The Inya Benji codes, man. Matriarchy, warriors, and warriors on the, balance. You see what I'm saying? The codes of Inya Benji, man. The natural ebullience of Inya Benji. Her intelligence and her charisma soon made her a focus of fanatical devotion for her followers. Her male and female dreadlock devotees sought leadership and spiritual guidance from her insight. She left a code, a living for her followers. This code was necessary in maintaining their natural connection with their maternal origin of the earth. Woo! First and foremost, Inya Benji is the true defender of peace, justice, and order in the motherland. To Inya Benji, there is nothing more precious than the humble soil of Africa, in which the Benjis are born, where they grow into a hoe's embrace they shall sleep continuously. Inya Benji loves all. These are the codes right here. Inya Benji loves all humanity without compromise. Queen Inya Benji adulates the works of her father and her son. So should all the Benjis. The Benjis are the guardian of the land and the brothers and sisters to all that live right in creation. Love them, respect them, and show them compassion always. Benji deals with all righteousness, righteous action, thoughts, and words. A follower in Inya Benji does no wrong. Wrong weakens the strong. Benjis will always share water with the thirsty, food with the hungry, clothes with the naked, and boat for whoever will cross the river. Inya Benji shows loyalty and sincerity to the just, but the unjust were to be cleansed with fire. That's the Inya Benji codes, matriarchy, warriors, and warriors. The Inya Benjis, man. And y'all can find that on my New African 77.wordpress blog spot, my website, man. It's the Inya Benji codes of the warriors and the warriors on my blog site, man. Go check those codes out. See, some of these African societies even had codes of matriarchy, man. You see what I'm saying? And this goes also into your I want you to check out the Oromo people in Ethiopia, man. And you can go on my Instagram, which is Haki _Kweli Shakur, and you can find some of my information on there about the Oromo women, man, and how they ran society, along with the men, but it was a matriarchal society. These are just two societies I want you to check out: the Oromo women and the Inya Benji peoples, man. And check them out, and you can get a great idea on why we should return to the African mother principle. And that's basically it for right now, man. Like, I hope you got an understanding of what I just brought forth, man. Before I sign off, man, I just want to say, man, all power to the people who want fair freedom. Shout out to all the African women on the earth, man. Shout out to all women on the earth. Revolution without women ain't happening. And man, let's get back to the African mother principle, man. We need balance, man. We need Ma'at. We need everything that's revolving around the great mother, man. And I'm gonna sign off right here, man. Haki Kweli Shakur, man. The seed of Gabriel Prosser. The seed of Ann Woods, man. Lady Outlaw. Pamoja, Tuta Shinda. Together we will win. Ma Pen Doozy. Diama. Revolution forever, man. And Vita YY2. People's War, man. Salemu. Zalut.